Welcome to the Mind Over Miles podcast, where we talk about a powerful connection between movement and mental health. Today's guest, we have a boxing legend and a boxing icon, and Robbie Regan. Robbie is a WBO, he was an IBF, British, Commonwealth, European, flyweight and bantamweight champion. Welcome along, Rob. Nice. Great to have you here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Did you forget everything you've done, did you?
Left hook again. This is too strong, too powerful. And Batista doesn't know whether it's Mexico City or Regan can finish this.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us. Love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah. No, I don't wanna waste what's left.
Obviously incredible what you've achieved, and like I say, just a boxing legend, isn't you?
Yes, yeah, no bad for a little boy from the valleys, I suppose.
A little boy from the valleys, yeah. But yeah, no, like I say, I'm a huge boxing fan, and like I say, I've seen so much of your stuff over the years, and yeah, hopefully you can come along in the conversation, and yeah, we'll have good conversation. So
Appreciate that.
But so what got you into boxing in the beginning, Rob?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't interested in any sport at all, and I was into rock music. I mean, my hair was down here, and I went on a family holiday, and my Uncle Pat was a trainer, and Di Garner stable, and Di Garner was on the holiday with us. I mean, my brother spoke about going to the gym when we come back, and we both went to the gym. I think my brother went once, maybe twice, and that was enough for him. But I hit the bag, and you know, I just fell in love with the sport as soon as I started. Like,
How old was you when you started?
nearly 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, good. So obviously your amateur career was very good.
Yeah.
You had good.
I boxed Wales. First time I actually boxed Wales was in a Commonwealth game, so I was something that I'm proud of. I reached the ABA final. I won 3 or 4 Welsh senior titles.
Incredible.
When I go medal in Norway, silver medal in Sweden in multinational competitions. So been all around the world boxing as amateur, yeah, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
So you had the bug in.
Yeah, definitely.
Was you disciplined and committed to the training, or
Absolutely.
was you
Absolutely.
a bit of a rogue teenager, or?
You know, after a fight, you know, we'd like to celebrate with a couple of pints.
But yeah, no, and again, I think there's one thing that nobody talks about, which I've not heard anybody talk about in your amateur career, is in 1988, you had an exhibition with Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah. I remember it well. Yeah, you know, Joe was about 3 stone heavier than me.
Yeah, I was going to say, what weight was he at? Like, because yeah, you was flyweight then, yeah?
Light fly.
You liked fly, okay.
7.5 stone. And I think Joe was a welterweight, I think 10.5 stone. So
But,
yeah, it's a bit of weight to give away.
But yeah, no, it was a good fight, wasn't it?
Yeah. But you know, it got a bit. How can I put it?
Yeah, so
ferocious.
so they stopped the fight because obviously you're both top of your game in the amateur
Joe had a
rounds.
fight coming up that was in the week on a Wednesday, I think it was, and Joe had a fight on Friday for Wales, so they didn't want anybody getting cut or anything like that, so the referee stopped there.
Yeah, and you got out and just walked off.
Yeah, I wanted more.
But you and Joe, obviously, you buddies now, yeah? You and Joe?
Yeah, me and Joe, great friends, you know. I was just up when he was inducted into the British Boxing Hall of Fame, him and his dad, when I inducted Gavin Rees.
Yeah.
So it was a good British ex-boxers Hall of Fame, especially for the Welsh.
Yeah,
and Joe was voted the greatest British fighter of all time. So
that's right.
that's an accolade.
Yeah, it's
And well
incredible.
deserved.
Yeah, so obviously you're still very big in the boxing industry and the boxing community. Obviously you're very good mates with Michael Watson, and you've obviously just been up to recently see him as well. And
Yeah, it's always great to catch up with Michael. We're going to go up again now just for Christmas. I mean, me, Michael, and there's a lot of other big names in boxing, like John Conte, John H. Tracy. We're all involved and ambassadors for the Ringside Charitable Trust, who looks after ex-boxers who've been injured or fallen on hard times. So it's great.
And again, you obviously, you lot obviously being ex-boxers, obviously see you see all the glory when you're going through the ranks, and you obviously you're earning promoters money and stuff, but nobody ever sees what goes on after.
No, I mean there's ex-champions and fighters. I mean they desperately need of care and help, and you know, a lot of the nursing homes around where they're actually from won't take them in because they're ex-boxers. And they got to move like 30-40 miles out of where they was brought up and live somewhere out of their domain, which is wrong, especially at their age and their problems. Yeah,
and especially obviously providing everybody with obviously showing their skill sets off over the years and their boxing abilities, and then obviously once they reach the end of their career, then they're just forgotten about. And it's quite sad, really, isn't it?
This is what Ringside's trying to do now, is to get a place where they can home all these ex-boxers and look after them, whatever care they need. So that's what their ambition is. So the quicker we can make that happen, the better.
Yeah. So how far off is it from happening?
I know they're looking. We're the best place, but will be suitable for the wider location, you know, because the wider location. I mean, obviously you can't just have one in London.
You got to have them. You got them scattered about.
Because it's going to cost a lot of money, and so it's got to be suitable.
So is there any promoters involved in that, Rob, or is it?
We've approached all the big promoters who a lot of these fighters made a lot of money for.
Yeah.
But now they don't need help. None of them have yet to get involved, which is I think is disgusting, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Because obviously you went through a bit of a difficult time. Obviously you won your WBO title, and you never got to defend that title because you come down with an illness. Yeah,
I had glandular fever for over a year, and when I tried to make a comeback, 2 or 3 times I tried to come back, and then when they gave me the all clear, I failed a brain scan, and that was the end of my career, which was a very hard pill to swallow, and I get depression in a big way.
Did you? So obviously you've seen firsthand, obviously having this massive circle of people when you're on top level, and then as soon as you start falling off that, everybody just drops off. Have you still got a similar circle, or did it go very small very quick? Or?
Yeah, very small very quick, but your genuine friends and the ones who really love you are still there, and they're still there today, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, that's good. And but yeah, so obviously your worst times that you went through obviously was you turned to drink to obviously to try and mask obviously a lot of.
Well, it's just to forget, and then the drink it becomes an addiction. So you drink it to forget, but you forget what the drink is actually doing to you when you start craving the drink, and it's a never-ending circle, and it's a battle all the time.
Yeah. So did you ever think about going back to training? Did you still train after you?
Yeah, I actually opened my own gym, and we spent a lot of money on kitting it out and everything like that. And we didn't actually own the building, and when after a couple of months we had the gym, the owners of the building sold it, so we had to leave.
So you ploughed all the money into it and then just had to give it up then.
So it was another hard pill to swallow.
And again, you was like giving youngsters obviously what you had as a kid as well, giving them opportunities and stuff, which obviously youngsters need, don't they? So
no chance, somewhere where they can go and learn the sport.
So if you didn't turn to boxing at a young age, what do you think was you a good singer?
No, I don't know what the hell I would have been doing. Probably working at some factory somewhere.
Yeah, but so obviously very grateful for the opportunity.
Absolutely.
Because I bet you had some incredible years as well, did you?
Changed my life. Like I said, I wasn't good at any other sport, but as soon as I hit the bag, I fell in love with it. And I thought, I can do that. And it just become my life.
So what was, where was the furthest you travelled, Rob, with your box? I know you didn't get to go to America, did you?
Yeah, I could have gone, but I turned America down. Within sight now, perhaps I wish I went. But I box all over the world, especially as an amateur. I box in Canada, Norway, Sweden, everywhere.
That's incredible. So do you go abroad now?
Yeah, when I can afford it.
do you get recognised or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. That's bliss.
It's mad. I remember being once I was in Magaluf, and we was queuing to go in this nightclub, and this girl who was getting people in the nightclub come and grab me because she recognised me, and said, "Rob, you haven't got a queue." No, I didn't have to pay, and he took me in, introduced me to the manager, gave me champagne, and it was one of the opponents I boxed. It was Frances Ampefort's sister. It was crazy.
That's mad. But so obviously, do you have good conversations stuff about beating? Did you obviously beat him?
Yeah. No, I didn't bring that up actually. I think that'd be a good move.
But so obviously we had a little discussion just now about obviously your style of boxing, which I absolutely love, and your left hook to the body and the left hook to the head was obviously one of your best punches, and it was your finishing punch, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course it was my best punch in my.
And a lot of it come off the back foot as well.
Yeah, it's I've always taught to go forward and fight, but then I learned to go on the back foot, which made it a lot easier. I mean, everybody can fight, but you learn to box. But
again, all that was down to your footwork as well, because that's another thing that I don't think you had enough credit for, was your footwork was absolutely incredible, wasn't it? So, so did you skip a lot?
Oh, absolutely. You got to skip every night.
I was going to say, was Di very strict on skipping?
Yeah. I mean, it's a part and parcel of boxing. As soon as every fighter goes in the gym, that's how they warm up and take over. It was skipping rope.
Yeah, no. So I went to Calzagi's gym the other day with Lewis, and first thing, as soon as you go in, pick skipping rope up and skip. And when I was in the boxing gym, it was the first thing you do, 15 minutes skipping straight up, and because otherwise you can't move if you can't skip. Yeah. So, I loved your boxing style, and like I say, you was incredible on the ropes, and you was incredible taking centre of the ring, and obviously going later on into your career, you tend to sit on the ropes a lot more.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Sit and don't be it, innit? That's the idea.
But do you remember what's the worst shot that you've taken, Rob, that shook you up and you thought, oh, okay, what's going on here?
I've taken quite a few.
Do you remember who hit you with the hardest, or?
Probably the hardest punching fight I ever boxed was guy Alberto Jimenez, who I fought for the world title. I'm a Mexican. He had like 30 odd knockouts in 40 fights, and he hit me in places I didn't know I had. So, but I remember in my first fight, and the first 3 rounds I boxed a guy called Eric George, who sadly ain't with us no more. So, and the first 3 rounds were close. And he caught me at the end of the 3rd round, and that's the first time I'd really seen stars in the ring. So then the next 3 rounds, I just stayed away from him, and that's when I learned to go on the back foot. And I boxed his head off for the next 3 rounds, and the referee gave a draw at the end of the fight. And I asked him what kind of decision is that, because I felt like I well won the fight. He said, oh, if you feel like I can always box him again.
Did you box him again? Or?
No. I never wanted to fight him again.
But so he was from Swansea.
Swansea boy, yeah.
Awesome. But like obviously being a boxing fan, I sort of see your style well, I see Ricky Hatton's style very similar to what your style was, because he obviously is left hook to the body, and was a good finish.
Loved going to the body.
Did you ever meet Ricky?
Yeah, I met Ricky on a few occasions. Funny story is, we was doing an event together, sat on the same table in Merthyr, and they were serving our food and just serving our starter, and Ricky went to the toilet, and I had his starter by mistake. And he come back and he pretended that he was really upset with me, and you could see I was a bit embarrassed by my face, and he just burst out laughing. He said, "Robbie, I mean, a massive fan, he was all my life." He said, "I never miss a fight," he was, so he was just winding me up when he, you know.
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? So how did you feel about that? Or
I was happy.
did he ever mention your style, or?
No, I just said he's just been a big fan of mine. He always watched my fights.
Because obviously, like you say, your styles are both sort of very.
Both like going to the body.
Yeah, both like going to the body, and obviously Ricky was good on the back foot. He was also very good going forward as well, and he dropped a few with his left hook to the body.
Kill the body and the head dies.
Yeah. So you still obviously good buddies with Di, or your.
Yeah, of course. We're going to see Di now a bit later, because my buddy Lewis is doing a book, interviewing as many fighters as he can to get his book finished and done, and which he's donating a lot of the money, what it raises, to Ringside, which is a fabulous gesture from Lewis, which is much appreciated.
So what I'll do when I put the video out, I'll put the link up for
Ringside?
For the Ringside charity,
fabulous.
look, because obviously if anybody wants to donate, then they can. So yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, and again, like I say, I wanted to speak to you about. Again, I've gone through, like I say, I've not boxed. Obviously, I boxed in a gym, sparring, stuff like that, and I suffered a post-concussion syndrome, and I lost my memory. Yeah, I was vomiting for a long time and stuff like that, and but yeah, I was never educated on concussions. Do you think that's something that's still not pushed in the boxing industry now, or do you think it's something that they are getting a bit more clued up on? Or?
I think it's the same in every sport, whether it's rugby, boxing, or any contact sport, there's not enough talk about or educated on the concussion side of it.
Yeah. It's I think it's one of the in the UK as well. I don't think they're as clued up as the Americans are clued up, and I think I had this discussion with I had a strong man on a couple of months back, and he used to box. I remember him boxing, and he had an eye injury and I had brain injury. I remember him seeing him one day, and yeah, he was just telling me he couldn't stop crying and stuff. He didn't know what was going on and that. But again, I think he basically had post-concussion syndrome, and again, he wasn't educated on it and stuff like that. So, because I know the Americans are very clued up with the NFL and stuff, and
yeah, when we got the NFL, and we got, they're wearing pads, they're wearing helmets. I mean, our rugby boys are wearing nothing.
Yeah.
And you take them full blows.
Yeah, and again, and this is the saddest part about the sport, isn't it? It's just like, everybody's happy to pay the money to watch the big fights and stuff, but then when the careers come to the end, and again, just going back to Ricky Hatton, I was a huge fan, and obviously what happened to him and what he's gone through is absolutely heartbreaking, and yeah, again, probably another one that slipped through the net because he was so confident in talking about his mental health as well. So everybody thought he was okay, and
well, he was training for a fight. It was a fight lined up for him, and it wasn't going to be a full comeback sort of thing. It was just a one-off fight that he had lined up, and he was going to make a good few hits from. I mean, everybody thought he was in a good place. So what happened. It was a shock to everyone, and especially the boxing community. He's very much missed and very much loved.
And again, like, I'm sort of very open about my mental health, and I always talk about my mental health, and yeah, I don't think what I don't talk about my dark days, and I think obviously, Ricky had a dark day, and he didn't talk about it, and obviously now he's not with us, and it's a sad and lonely place to be, isn't it? And obviously
it's a dark place, and and it's who do you talk to. I mean, you've got the right people around you, so it can be complicated as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's a tough old place, and yeah. So Rob, I am absolutely overwhelmed that you've come to talk on my podcast today, and like I say, is there any advice you could give to any youngsters who are wanting to go into the sport of boxing, and what would you advise them to do? And
yeah, well, you've got to find your local gym. Just see how it goes. If you do fall in love with it and take it up as a sport, just stay dedicated and give it your all.
yeah. But yeah, appreciate you coming on, Rob.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's awesome.